We're good.
All righty. Good evening. Welcome to the June 10th Planning Board meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. Thank you all. Any public comments? No public comments. We'll open and close the public comment at 7:02. Next on the agenda is review and approval of minutes from May 13th. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 13th, 2014.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Anybody have any comments, corrections? Ginger, any comments or corrections on the minutes?
No,
No?
seems fine to me.
Okay, John,
Nope.
Jane, and Janice, you guys all set?
I'm fine.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion passes 5-0,
Val's
and Val's abstaining.
Correct.
All right, now we're going to regular business. We're going to skip for the moment until hopefully Dan gets here, consideration of filling the vacancy. Does anybody have any objections to skipping that till the end to give Dan a chance to get here?
No objections.
Objections, okay. So, next is NIP Lot 6 LLC Shearwater Investment Corp. Public hearing for an application for major site plan review at 2 Forbes Road, NIP Lot 6 LLC, tax map R3, Lot 9-6, and 181 Exeter Road, Shearwater Investment Corp. Excuse me, tax map R3, Lot 8, both in the B2 zone. The proposal is for a 24,000 square foot expansion of the existing industrial building located at 2 Forbes Road with associated parking, drainage, and landscaping improvements. Pending site plan approval, the lots will be merged to make one lot. Then I have a letter from Shearwater that says, it's dated June 5th. On behalf of NIP 6 LLC and Shearwater Investment Corporation, please be advised that we are granting a waiver of the 65-day requirement for site plan decision and are providing an additional period of 65 days. So hearing that, I'd accept a motion or entertain a motion for continuing it till July 8th.
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next on the agenda is Newmarket Mills LLC. Continuation of a public hearing for an application for site plan review at Main Street, tax map U2, Lot 57, in the M2A zone. The proposal is to convert and expand the existing Riverdale Automotive Building for a grocer focusing on local produces and meat with a drive-through coffee service. I also have a letter which is dated June 5th. It's as discussed at today's Technical Review Committee meeting. Newmarket Mills LLC requests that the hearing for the reference project be continued to the July 8th Planning Board meeting. So again, I'll entertain a motion to continue.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Nay. All righty. That was quick. All right, next, I guess. Yeah, might as well go through. I have nothing.
I have a question.
Sure.
You want to continue some of this on July 8th to do it in more detail, to have the time to
Yes.
go over it when things are not, there's not so many other things on the plate.
No. We need more time to either review what they've submitted, or they need more time to submit additional information that we've asked for.
Okay.
Okay?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure.
And the TRC hasn't completed its review of the applications yet.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I have nothing to report.
I have two items,
Okay.
and I'll pass these out, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
You may.
There is going to be a workshop coming up on Wednesday, June 25th, and it's going to be held here in the Town Council chambers. It's going to be between 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. And the topic of the workshop is Newmarket plans for municipal stormwater impacts. If you recall from our last meeting, we can put those up on the table if you'd like. Somebody like to do that for me, for our members of the public who are here? If you recall from our previous discussion, the town of Newmarket is going to be required to participate in a program of EPA called the MS4 program, which is basically a program to mitigate the impacts associated with non-point source pollution. And we received a grant from the New Hampshire Coastal Program, and we've been working in partnership with the Stratford Regional Planning Commission. And we are going to have a public education program on the 25th. We have some folks coming from EPA as well as DES, as well as some of our local folks who've been working on stormwater issues in Newmarket and in other communities, and also people from the Natural Resource Outreach Coalition. And basically, the meeting is to introduce the concept of stormwater management, what it is, and how do we manage it. And we have folks from the UNH Stormwater Center who will be making that presentation. We also will have an overview of what the MS4 program means to Newmarket. And we have a gentleman from EPA, Newton Tedder, who is a scientist with EPA Region 1 in Boston, and he's going to explain what this means to the town of Newmarket and what our responsibilities will be under that program. And then we will talk about how other communities in the region have been working through this program, and Barb McMillan from DES will be addressing that. I know our friends in Durham and in Exeter have been working on this program for a while, so we're hoping that perhaps we can learn from their experiences. And then we'll also be talking about the nitrogen loading estimates for non-point source pollution. Bill Archieri, who's also a Newmarket resident, he's with VHB, which is a consulting firm, is going to talk about what has been done in Durham with their nitrogen loading model, and perhaps with some information that can be shared with Newmarket to help identify that for our future planning purposes. And the last topic for discussion will be what kind of outreach assistance is available through NROC. If you recall, what was it, 4 years ago at this point, we had a presentation from people from the UNH Cooperative Extension Program as well as from NROC to assist us in getting set up with some new stormwater regulations. We had received a grant from the Piscataqua Region Estuaries Partnership Program, and we adopted our stormwater regulations. And they did an excellent job at that time in helping to facilitate and provide public education and outreach to us so that we could move forward with those regulations. And so there's going to be some folks from that program who will come and talk to us. Jill Farrow, who's also with PREP, which is the Estuaries program at UNH, and again, Barbara McMillan, who's sort of an outreach coordinator for the watershed program at the Department of Environmental Services. So it sounds like an interesting program, and I hope that the planning board members can participate in this. We've invited the Conservation Commission and the public at large. We have seating for probably 25, 30 people, and it's filling up quickly. So if any of the planning board members are attending, please call Kyle Pimentel. He's with the Stratford Regional Planning Commission. He's taking care of all the arrangements and reservations and so forth. And we certainly hope that you can make it. And also members of the public who are interested, they can call our office or the Regional Planning Commission and sign up for participation in that workshop. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have one other item. We will be having a presentation on June 23rd by Gomez and Sullivan. Gary LeMay, who is the engineer who's been working with the town on the dam removal project. And we will be having a public information meeting. And we have sent out over 350 notices to property owners along the Lamprey River and watershed. We also included folks in Durham because they could conceivably be impacted by this project. And this will be the public's opportunity to learn about the results of this study that Gomez and Sullivan did, and to provide input to the town and the town so that we can move forward with perhaps some further studies to bring that project to some kind of closure in the future. So, anyway, that's going to be on the 23rd. It will not be in this room. It will be...
The time?
I'm sorry. That one will be at 7 o'clock. The other meeting is going to be at 6:30. The meeting for the McAllen Dam will be downstairs in the auditorium. It will be broadcasted live, I believe, as far as I know at this point. You know, we really would encourage the public to attend and provide their input and bring their questions, because now is the time for those questions to be asked so that we can move forward with some recommendations to the town council.
Question on the stormwater impact.
Yes, sir.
Will there be any video archives of that, or any, if like a member of the public or a member of the board can't make it, will there be any any kind of material to review on your own?
Yeah, we are making plans to have that filmed as well. It will be filmed from downstairs.
Cool.
And it will be aired on Channel 13, and the CD is available upon request. They can contact us at the planning office, and we can make that available. And we will continually air it on Channel 13 to,
Great.
you know, help educate the public as to what this means for Newmarket. Okay. And with that, I'm finished with my report, Mr. Chairman.
All righty. Does anybody have anything to report from any committees? Jane, Janice, Val?
Yeah, EDC met a few weeks ago. And we have another meeting tentatively scheduled for the 16th of this month, pending the town administrator's follow-up to some issues and questions that were raised. Definitely the focus will be on reaching out to the planning board for analysis and potential rezoning of the area which would be east of the railroad tracks, what is currently B2, and then the Route 152 B3 zone, to look at rezoning those areas for highest and best use based upon the you know, various studies that have been done. So more to report at a later date, but we are hopefully winding down to get more into the actions mode.
All right. When would you expect that to be a request for the planning board? In the next couple of months? Next month or two?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And hopefully it will piggyback into where we're at with the future land use chapter.
Yep. And that project will be gearing up to start July 1st. The Planning Commission has received their grant monies through the coastal program. Of course, the town appropriates some monies to go towards that as well. And so we're going to be spending time this summer organizing, talking about formattings. There was some discussion about having some kind of a visioning session. And we'd like to possibly work with the Economic Development Committee, Val, in coordinating that. I know that it was mentioned at an earlier meeting that there was still some funding available to do some kind of a design charrette, and I wondered if that might be, you know, a possibility we could dovetail the future land use session with that kind of a charrette visioning process and make it a, you know, a coordinated effort between the planning board and the Economic Development Committee. So I'll throw that out on the table as a possibility.
I'll bring that to the
You could-
EDC.
Yeah, if you could inquire as to whether they're interested in doing that, that would be great. Okay.
All righty. Thank you, Val. John, do you have any committee meeting? No?
No news. We got a meeting coming up this Thursday, Conservation Commission meeting this Thursday. All are welcome to attend. It'll be downstairs, Town Hall, 7 p.m.
Do you have open?
I was going to say, did I overhear that there was still a vacancy on the Advisory Heritage Committee? And
That
that
appointment
was
not made?
something that the planning board might want to take up. I remember it was discussed, and there wasn't a vote taken, because we didn't have a full board that night, I thought. And I don't know if, because John has been serving in that capacity, I know there's, possibility of some projects coming up in the near future, and then we might need their input into that process.
So we have to appoint some?
You as the chairman, would have to do that.
Is that the only committee that hasn't had an appointment
I
made?
think we've covered all of the other committees. We have they haven't met yet, but we have a CIP.
Yeah. We decided not to cover some, that we didn't have to, right?
Okay.
John, do you want to be?
Oh, I just got out of a long-term relationship. I got plenty of time on my hands if the town needs me. So, plenty of time. So, I am happy to do whatever
Yes.
whatever keeps me out of mischief, I'm happy to
I'm
do.
not sure that'll keep you out of mischief.
Well, it's fun. It's
Give you something to do one night
certain
a month.
kind of fun, and
Sure.
yeah, I enjoyed it when I was active, so.
Thank
yeah.
you. You're in. Wow.
Wow.
You're gonna put me in there, you're gonna get the story, so.
All righty. All righty. All right, that takes care of all our business except for the two residents that are sitting in the audience, Roseanne Fox and John Badger. I don't think it's fair to have them continue to wait wait for Dan, right?
No,
So they
I
both have
agree.
applied for the vacancy in the, on the planning board to finish Rick McMenamin's term, which expires March of next year, I believe. So we have, I believe everybody has two applications in front of you. So, I'm going to throw out as a process here that we let each applicant speak if they so choose, and then vote, we get nominations and vote. Vote one at a time. If there is a tie, if both applicants get the same number of positive votes the first time around, then we'll have a second round of voting whereby you vote for one or the other. So there won't be a continuation of ties.
Will it be an oral vote, or can it be
Yes.
a written,
It's a
sort of
oral.
private, sort of?
It's
Public.
It's a public, it has to be
It is a public vote.
Yes. And Ginger as an alternate will not be able to vote.
So just to be clear, Rick's term, not that it matters, because if his term doesn't expire next March, it would still go to the voters anyway.
Right.
Correct.
That's correct, because it's a
Correct.
full
It goes to
planning
the-
board position.
To the next election, regardless, right? Okay, so Roseanne,
Can
you.
I say one thing before you start?
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, I think we have two excellent candidates to apply for this position, applicants, I should say. And I didn't know if one of you may want to consider being an alternate. And that's all I want to say, because you're both excellent applicants, and I
good
hate to
point.
lose either one of you.
Okay, thank you. I agree. But is everybody okay with that voting process? Does everybody
You
understand?
can only vote once, though.
No.
You can vote
No.
twice?
If there's,
Yeah,
if
because you
there's,
can-
if there's two nominations, you vote for one person the first time around, and then you have a vote for the second person the second time around. And assuming if they have a tie number of votes, then we vote again. If one person gets one more vote the first time around than the other, that person gets the position.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Does everybody
You're voting
understand
on
that?
each nomination.
And if we have ties, we
Yep.
can always wait until Dan is available and postpone it for a month. Is that a possibility?
Well, we have 5, right? So if we go around the second time,
Gotcha.
I mean, if,
Oh,
if
that's
if
right,
you
'cause
get,
she's not voting.
if you get the
Yeah,
same
right.
number and you,
Sorry.
right.
That's right.
Forgive me,
Yeah,
yes.
no, that's fine. I was hoping Dan would be here, but I don't think it's fair to everybody
No, I don't
to wait
think
for,
so.
wait for.
So there's one open spot, is that what?
There's one open spot.
One open
This is
spot.
Rick's
All right.
spot, okay. So, Roseanne,
Is
would
there an
do you
alternate
have
spot
anything you'd
open
like
too?
to say to us? We have your application in front of us.
Yes. Good evening. I know most of you. I think I served with CIP with Jane and planning board with Janice, council with Eric, and that's a ZBA with Val's dad.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Huh?
Weren't you and Val on the planning board at the same time?
No.
Conservation Committee.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was on conservation, planning board as an alternate and as an elected member, town council, CIP, budget, and ZBA. And I think serving on all those boards gives you a better understanding of how they're kind of interconnected, and you learn something from one board and how it can affect the, what goes on with the decisions you make on any board or commission. And I put my request in last week, and, I hope that you would consider me as a candidate. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. John?
Yeah, good evening. I'm John Badger, and as you can see on my application, I have a bit of experience with the planning board. But more importantly, I was a friend of Rick McMiniman, and I was sorry to see Rick leave the planning board. I thought I enjoyed working with Rick when we were on the board together, and I was disappointed that he felt he had to leave for personal reasons. And I felt through friendship, maybe I could fill out his remaining months on the planning board through March. So that's really the reason I'd be interested in doing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Okay, does anybody have any questions for either applicant?
I just have a question relative to the alternate positions, because we've had for many months now, we've had several alternate positions open. Was there any reason that you that either of the candidates haven't thought about assisting the planning board with one of those roles?
No, I just, usually, most of the times, especially on planning board, if there are alternates, they usually sometimes fill in for a planning board member for 6 or 7 months until the next election comes along. So I just assumed, and I've started recently watching the last few months, and, I heard the last meeting calling out to John Badger to join for Stratford Regional, and I said, well, gee, no one has stepped forward so far, so I thought I would. And, I enjoyed it, I missed it. Everyone knows I do my homework, and I just decided now to try to get a seat in the board.
Thank you, Rosie.
I thought I was retired.
Okay, does anybody have any other questions? All right, go ahead.
I just want to, in the past, there has been the situations where alternates have been brought up to full board members.
Yep.
And I didn't know if Ginger, if you were actually interested in being nominated for a full board seat at this time.
I never thought of it. I mean, I didn't give it a thought. I mean, I didn't know what that could be. You mean with them?
Would you want your name thrown in the hat, I guess is a better way to put it.
I feel I still need to learn some things.
Very good.
I'm in a short while probably, but there's a lot to learn.
Okay.
This ain't that easy. I mean, it's just involved. And
if I can do it, anybody can do it.
No, I appreciate your
yes,
honesty.
I feel I still need to be teachable for a little while longer. I mean, all the time, but, I mean, we all need to be teachable to learn and grow. But I would like to be an alternate for a little longer, and then I'd be happy to be considered.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you for your
Yeah.
honesty.
That's fair.
Thank you. All right, so we have 2 applicants. I'll accept, at this point, nominations. Does anybody want to nominate?
I nominate Roseanne Quack.
Okay,
I'll second that nomination.
okay, Roseanne's been nominated and seconded. Is there any other nominations?
We'll nominate John Badger.
Okay.
Second?
I'll second that.
Okay, second. Okay, so we have both candidates, so both applicants have been nominated and seconded. So, Roseanne was on the list first, so we will go through Roseanne first. John, yay or nay on Roseanne?
Nay.
Nay. You said nay?
I did say nay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Aye.
Aye. That's 4-1. John Badger's next. Yay or nay?
Yay? Yay.
Yay. You can vote for 2 people. Yay.
Aye.
Aye. So that's 5-0. So John, I guess you are appointed, or elected, I guess is the right word. Roseanne, would you be interested in serving as an alternate? We do have times where we don't have members here.
Sure.
Okay.
That would be
That would be
very
fabulous.
appreciated.
That'd be fabulous.
Just vote on it
Yeah,
tonight.
Do we-
I make a nomination to, it'll be appoint, right? Appoint Roseanne Cox to serve as an alternate on the planning board.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great.
A question, wasn't it a tie going around both ways?
No,
John.
John voted nay
Yeah.
on you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it was 4-1.
I didn't know it was gonna be so close, so.
No, it is what it is. I mean,
It is what it is.
you know what, though, I really want to thank you both for stepping forward, because as you know, we have a shortage, we have a dire need to have volunteers, and why I appreciate both of you coming forward. It's unfortunate that you both have to keep coming back, and we don't get some younger blood, or some new blood, I shouldn't say younger blood, some new blood involved, but it is what it is.
What's wrong with old blood?
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I appreciate you both stepping forward. I really do.
Thank you both.
I don't have any other business. Does anybody else have anything? I'll take a motion.
Yeah, well, okay, take a motion. You want to say something?
No.
No, because the thing I had was on a TRC committee, and it's, until that item moves
Yes,
forward, I have to
exactly.
wait.
Exactly.
That's it. No, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Wow.
This is the quickest meeting.
Yeah, 7:30.